Hello everybody, it's me Sam here at WoopaGaming, and today I'm going to show you how to use and install the jail plugin for Bucket. Now before I begin, this has got to be one of my favourite plugins. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I do. It's very cool, and I'm going to show you how to use it. And basically what it does is that instead of like banning people and kicking people, if someone's done an offence, they get them put in a jail in the world, or multiple jails and stuff, and they get put in a cell for a defined amount of time, or it can be infinite amount of time. And basically then they stay there, they have no rights, they can't move, they can talk still, but you can mute that, and then when their time's up they're freed. So it's very good. I really like it. It's like very RPG and much better than banning, you know. But then again, they're on the server, so they are using up RAM usage. So, you know, it's up to you. So, first of all, we're going to want to download the plugin. Now you can use MySQL for this, but we're not going to. So you'll get jail and jail.jar. So drag them into your plugins directory. Bish bash bosh. Open up jail in the plugins, and you'll see jail to properties. There'll also be a database file here if you're not using MySQL, and that just shows where all the data for all the jails are, but we don't need to look at that. Okay, let's have a look at all these settings. So first of all, when we're choosing to create a jail, we use an item to do so. To choose a cuboid, and the default for this is a wooden sword. So the ID for that is 268, so we can change that to what we like. Executed commands on jail. So this is a command that is executed when someone goes to jail, and then when someone is released, you can add that there. Delete inventory on jail. So when people deleted, their inventory is stored elsewhere, and then their inventory given back to them when they're unjailed, so you can just delete their inventory at that time. Automatic mute, you can mute players in jail to stop them like spamming the chat, and that will automatically mute them when you jail them. Nearest jail code, and that's just the nearest. Store inventory, so that if you wanted to store the inventory of the player when they are jailed, it'll give them back. There's going to be signs. I'll show you about signs, and this is structured. So on the first line there'll be a player. It'll show the player's name. Next line it will show the time they have left. Next line 4, and then the reason. And you can modify that to how you like. Always teleport into jail center, so you can turn that to true or false. And can prison open his chest, is that true or false? Because we can store players' inventory to like a chest bank. And I'll show you that in game. We're not going to go over the jail stick for the purposes of this tutorial. Protections. There's lots of documentation on jail stick for that. Protections. So basically, when players in jail they destroy and interact and stuff, they'll get a penalty for doing so. So for instance, block, destroy, protection, true or false, and if they destroy something then it'll cost them 15 more minutes in the thing, and that's the same. So yeah, you can set VP in jail to true or false, explosion to true or false, and this just protects the jail and whatnot. Okay, jail pay. So I'm not going to show you this in the tutorial, but you can like bail people out of jail, as it were. So that's just how much it costs if you have infinite time in jail, and price per minute is 10. You just set that to true if you want to enable that, and I'll show you the command anyway, but we won't go over that in this tutorial. Guards we will go over. This is like some guards. It's best to show you this actually in game. It's quite cool. And this just sets the stats there. Everything pretty self-explanatory: health, damage, number of guards, are they invincible, and whatnot. database. So if you're using a MySQL database, you can set all the configuration here. Set that to true if you are though. And then messages. This is all the language files that you'll see. So you have been jailed, reason and reason, and can modify that to how you need. So let's close that, and we'll run the server, and we should see jail loaded 0, 0, 0, and if we have a look, we see the jail.sql light there. So we're going to go in game now, and I'll show you how to set up in game. Hello everybody, welcome back to in game, and now I'm going to go over all the commands for the jail plugin. So what I've done is I've built myself a jail. I've called it Griswold Prison, and we've got a nice little area there, outside area. I've got a watchtower, and inside we've got just the one cell here with bars and bed, and you can go outside there. So what we're going to do is we are going to show you the commands. So first of all, we want to create a jail. So to do this, we do jail create, or one word, and then the name of the prison, so, or jail, and I'm going to call it Griswold. And there we are. So it says first you must select 1 point of the keyboard and then the second point by right clicking. So we're going to be a bit generous, and we're going to, I would say, right click here. Yep, so there's the first point, and now we need to right click to do the second point, which is going to be here. So this basically defines the size of your the prison, and then we can put the cells inside it. Next we're going to have the points so we can teleport to the prison. I'm going to put it here, so like at the desk as it were. Now we go outside the prison, and this is where players will teleport when they've been released. So just right click there, and there we are. Jail created successfully. Now to just make sure it's still there, we just do jail list, and there we are. We'll see all the list of prisons, and you can create them and whatnot. We can delete this, but we're not going to, by doing jail delete and then the name of the jail. And right, sorry about that, I have to install the sensor just to get all the rain. Fine. Right, so now we're going to create a cell. So we do that by doing jail create cells and then the name of the jail, so Griswold. So now we're in jail creation mode. So first we select the point where the player will teleport to when they first when they're jailed, so here. Now that's done, we need to put a sign. This will just display this will just display who's in the cell and their duration and reason or not. So let's put that above the door, and then you right click that. So there's a sign selected, and now we're going to put a chest down, and this will be where the player's inventory is stored when they're teleported in. And finally we name the cell, so just type in cell 1 or whatnot. So there we can create multiple cells now the same way, but we're not going to, so we type in jail stop. Okay, so now we've created a prison and a cell. We can list the cells of a prison by doing jail list cell Griswold. Always fail to type in jail list cells Griswold. there we are, and it'll show you all the cells. So if you have multiple ones, then it'll show that. So let's do something else. Okay, let's jail myself. So I'm going to do lock the doors, and I'm not going to lock that door. And I jail myself. Now this is the main command you'll be using, and you use jail, then the player name, so thank you. Time, this is in minutes, so let's say 1 minute. Actually just say 5 minutes. The jail name, so Riz Ord. Then the cell name, so cell 1, and then the reason. Being pro. Alright, so you have been jailed, reason being pro, and then it'll say player jailed. So now I'm in my jail cell, and we can't interact with anything, destroy stuff. So there we are, we've earned additional stuff in jail because we're messing around, and our time in jail has increased. And there we are, we see our sign, thank you, 45 minutes for being pro. And we can do what we like, and we'll just get our time. Oh, I think I actually destroyed them. No, I didn't. Just decline. There we are. And there we are, look. 249 minutes. Alright, so, because I'm so sneaky though, because I actually built this prison, I put an escape place in. So, I'm going to escape. If I do escape, the guards come. How cool is that? How cool is that? Because I tried to escape from jail, I got even more additional time. And the guards come after you. Again. As you can see, they're really angry wolves, and they will pretty much kill anything on sight. So there you are. That's how the jail works. Now I'm going to unjail myself. I'm not actually going to unjail myself, but the way I do it is by doing unjail and then player name. There we are. I can mute myself. Not mute, but I can mute, yeah. And I do that by doing, I think it's, yep, jail, mute, thank you, and then it'll stop them from talking. I do that, and it'll say stop chatting quietly, wait for the end of sentence. And no, I'll unmute myself by doing jail mute, thank you. And I can speak again. What else can I do? I'm going to clear, actually I can do jail check, and then thank you, and this will just, you can do that on any player, and it'll say players jailed for however so minutes, and then the reason, and then who jailed them, and it will also say if they're not even jailed at all. And you can see yourself, your own one, by doing jail status, and then you can see jail for 307 minutes. Minutes are going quick. And for being pro, and that's just the same, except you just do it for yourself. What else we got? Clear. So this will just remove everyone from every prison. Jail. Clear. Just release every prisoner. And we can also do jail clear force, which means they just won't be teleported out either. So we're just going to use jail clear. And there we are. So we got teleported outside the prison, and our items were restored to us, which is great. I believe that's all. There is some other stuff. The jail stick is just a way of not using commands. You have a certain item, and depending on the distance you click on them, then it changes the time and whatnot. Not really a big fan of that. Yes, there are some more commands. So jail, tele in, and then the jail name, and it'll just teleport you inside the jail. And then we can also do jail tele out, and that will teleport you outside the jail. We can also transfer prisoners from one jail to another. I haven't got 2 prisons, but the way we do that is by doing jail transfer name and then the destination jail. So Alcatraz, probably spelled wrong. There has to be jail to do that. And we can also jail transfer all, and then the old jails in Griswold and then Alcatraz, and all the players in Griswold will get relocated to Alcatraz. One last one. Let's jail myself. And no, I haven't set this to true. So if I set the jail pay to true, I can use the jail pay amount, so 20, and then put in the name, and that will reduce their sentence or free them, depending on that. And that's uses the economy plugin, and I believe any economy plugin. And I was going to say something, wasn't I? And you have to set them to true in the configuration. That was it. We can modify a player's sentence by doing jail set. So jail set player or jail name. So let's use say here. Property name. So the prisoner's properties are time and reason. Those are only things you can modify. So let's modify my time to 1 minute. I am jail. Oh, jail set. On. I swear I was. Yeah. Jail set. I'll do that. Thank you. Reason X. And there we are. My reason's changed. I should be able to change my time. I guess it makes them all lowercase, so that could be why. There we are. So now I changed my time. So as you can see, the sign got updated. Reason and time there. And I can also change the value of jails, and the ones I can change is teleport, release point, corner 1 and corner 2. So I'll just show you. Unjail Sankya, and I'll change the release point to say over here. So jail set Griswold release points, and then I stand here. Right click. So now when I release, so jail telly out Griswold, I should teleport there instead of over there as it was before. And that concludes today's tutorial. I hope you found it very good. I love this plugin. It's great. I just love the way you can escape and all the guards will come after you. It's a bit more exciting to banning people. Adds a lot of RPG to it. So I just like to thank the plugin developer. I'll probably say this wrong, but Mate Jerome. Yeah, Mate Jerome. So thanks for the great plugin. The only thing I would say is that the commands are all one word. So, for instance, you have jail set and jail pay. Instead of having jail pay, have jail space pay, and then just have one overall command, and then that can do all the rest. But you know, that's the only thing I would say about this plugin. But it's a great plugin. I highly recommend it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's me, Sam here of WoopaGaming, signing out.